Lower East Side Action Plan was formulated in 2009, and we are now celebrating our 10th anniversary when we started planning, and a lot has happened in these past 10 years. So I'm going to take you back to 2009. We were in the midst of the housing recession. People were losing their homes to mortgage foreclosure and tax foreclosure, and neighborhoods that were already struggling were really torn apart, and some neighborhoods that were kind of strong were being torn apart. And the narrative in Detroit was that Detroit would never recover. What the Lower East Side Action Plan did was it brought people together across the Lower East Side, a 15 square mile area eventually, although it started out smaller. It brought people together with the opportunity to envision for themselves what their neighborhoods could look like in light of depopulation, in light of houses that were blighted or were coming down, and so many vacant lots in the community, and the fact that the commercial strips no longer looked like they used to. And so we paired residents with technical experts around community planning, urban planning, and also landscape design, and came up with a vision for a redefined community. Because the Urb Foundation saw the opportunity for us to address their top priority, and that is environmental stewardship, with green stormwater infrastructure being one of their primary goals. And so here is a community development corporation that is looking at redeveloping the community, not in the traditional way where we build new housing or necessarily strengthen the commercial corridor, although we have been working on commercial corridors. But here's a community organization, a CDC, that's trying to invest in environmental stewardship inside the community. And so it was a unique partnership.
We have been a supporter of LEAP from the very beginning, probably 6-7 years now. I think we've invested about $1 million into the LEAP project itself. Very privileged to be able to support this amazing effort in Detroit. We were interested because of all the vacant land in this part of the city, and thinking about the potential for what you can do with this vacant land that's going to help benefit all of those issues. And we were just really happy with it from the start. This was the start of the conversation around every neighborhood has a future. Every step of the way, it seemed like a very respectful, very engaging process, so that really appealed to us.
I was one of the original planners and surveyors for the LEAP project. The LEAP plan came along and it had value, and it said that, hey, we are somebody and we do care about our neighborhoods, because the media and everybody else was saying the East Side was not a place to live because those people don't care. Hope came in the form of engaging residents, letting people know that we matter. What we say, we had a voice in what goes on in our neighborhood. We had a voice to say, hey, you can't just ignore us and shut us out.
What we're trying to do right now is we're trying to build awareness. We're trying to engage more people in the community to become advocates of a green future. We want to connect people to workforce, and we want to continue to use all of these strategies to beautify and improve the quality of life or the inclusive social well-being of people inside of neighborhoods, so that as temperatures rise, as water levels rise, Detroiters do not disproportionately suffer compared to people in the surrounding region. We need to really look at a Green New Deal. And the Green New Deal is not just the government coming up with a set of responses, but also people who live inside of communities figuring out how we're going to change the way our housing and our communities are organized to address climate issues. We need more trees, for example, inside of our community, and we need an ordinance that may look at providing for vegetative buffers around sources of pollution that damage air quality. We need to address the rising sea levels. The water level in the Detroit River is really high, and it caused a lot of flooding in communities across the southeast of Michigan, but especially in the Jefferson-Chalmers area in Detroit. Over the coming months, perhaps a year, we're looking at expanding LEAP to include other Lower East Side or Southeastern neighborhoods, including Cornerstone, Morningside, East English Village. We've already included the McDougal Hunt neighborhood, and we're looking at Elmwood Village and Lafayette Park, because We all share boundaries. We have shared opportunities to grow and improve our community, and so we're really looking forward to bringing on new partners across the Lower East Side. We need to, first of all, thank the Earth Foundation for providing seed funding and continuing to support innovation in this area and engage us as a partner. We need to definitely thank Institute for Sustainable Communities for believing in us and also helping all of that. But the people we really need to thank are the people inside of the Lower East Side who have partnered with us, worked with us. We now have 14 sustainability fellows who are working with us, but there are so many community organizations and so many community leaders and people in our city government, our county government, as well as the state who've invested in a shared vision for the Lower East Side of Detroit. And so it's impossible to thank everybody, but we would not be here without a strong coalition of people who want to see positive things happen for our community.